I know, I think Yev came on like a couple weeks ago and talked about how he works out. So that kind of motivated me. Like, all right, he makes a good point, right? He makes a good point. Health is important. Well, guys, let's dive right into it. So, he says Kobe. I like that name. It's a good name. Kobe's a good name. Jesus, Eric, Ms. Deb Lil, Michael T. So, I want to do a couple things, and then we'll do what you guys voted on, because I do this group chat for you guys. So, make sure the mic's working. That's good. Yeti mic. Boom, boom, boom. Are we recording? I think so. Think so. Sam Superman, good to see you here. See Eric on 2 things, so that's fantastic. So I want to just take a step back and go over something real quick. So I used to go to the mall, and I was trying to become social. So I would walk into the different stores in the mall. So I'm going to JCPenney, and then I go to Charming Charlie's, and I bought some stuff at Charming Charlie's. They got some good stuff. And then I go to all these other places, and I would talk to the employees there. And I was trying to do it to be social, right? To just talk to strangers. And I couldn't understand why the employees would talk to me. So I'd walk and I'd be like, hey, do you guys have any men's jeans? They'd be like, yeah, they're right over there. And I'm like dead broke. I can't afford any men's jeans. They're like, yeah, they're right over there. And I'm like, okay. You have any on sale? And they're like, yeah, the sales section's over there. And I'm like, thanks. And the whole time I'm trying to figure out, why is it that these people are talking to me? Why would they waste their time interacting with me? What I didn't understand was that they were working for the store. The store was paying them money. They wanted to make the money to pay their bills and buy stuff that they wanted. That's why they were talking to me. I did not know this. When I got started about 10, 12 years ago, I joined Amway. Let me know if you guys have been in any multi-level marketing companies. If you have, just let me know in the chat. So like I joined Amway. I didn't make any money with that. I joined Ambit Energy. I joined Primerica. Did a bunch of other ones. Empower Network. Not sure if anyone here was Empower Network. I know Anthony wasn't Empower Network. So I did all these things, and then I eventually started selling stuff door to door. That wasn't Amway. I tried selling Uverse. I tried selling Rainbow vacuum cleaners, or Rainbow, whatever they're called, Rainbow system things. Oh, that's funny, Chris. So I tried all these things. I didn't make any money. And all these things are commission things. Amway, you got to sell people, right? You got to recruit people. I would go to people's house and try to sell them insurance. Or I would try to sell my friends' parents' insurance because I didn't know any older people. You know, all my friends were 18, so they didn't need health insurance. So I would get them to set up a meeting with their parents, and I'd go. I never sold anything. I never sold any insurance. I never sold anything door to door. And it's so weird that now I'm making 6 figures a year in commission, driving around, negotiating, and picking up cell phones. I don't know how many cell phones that is, but I don't know. It's, 16 or whatever, and I get another one I'm picking up in exactly, or 2 more I'm picking up in exactly an hour. Sometimes I think it's strange that in the beginning I used to not be able to sell or negotiate with people. I couldn't convince people to do anything. And now I can consistently negotiate and get people down in price. So the point of this is it doesn't matter where you're at now. None of us are born expert negotiators. No one here is going to be great at negotiating or appraising or any of the other skills that you need in this business. But everyone here can learn. Everyone here can go through training. Everyone here can develop the skill sets that they need to be successful. A lot of people don't want to admit this to themselves. Now, I'm blessed because the people at Next Level are, all you guys are very motivated people. You're not going to buy David's program and then buy Next Level, or follow David and then buy Next Level unless you're serious, right? You only spend money on stuff that you're really interested in. I like to buy a lot of food. I'm interested in food, so I spend a lot of money on food, right? So it's one of the things that I have the privilege of being around, of being around people that you guys all have a desire to grow and to succeed. Most people do not have that. Most people are not happy with where they are in life, but they never do anything about it. You go ask people, go walk around, go get on Facebook. You'll see people bitching about they're not making any money. They're complaining about this. But very few people very small percentage of people actually do something about it. If you have a desire to want to make more money, if you have a desire to want to change your life, if you have a desire for more, and you are willing to do the work, go through some pain, go through a learning curve, practice delayed gratification, and be okay not being a billionaire tomorrow, you can slowly but surely develop the skills and systems you need to where you get the things that you want and you make the money that you deserve. It's not me that's going to give you the phones. Deb probably loves you. Deb's probably not going to give you any phones. Jesus probably loves you. RJ probably loves you. He's probably not going to give you any phones. The marketplace is what's going to give you phones. And if you have the right skills and you take the right actions, the marketplace will reward you with consistent phones and consistent profit. If you don't have the skill set, if you're not taking the actions, if you're not as consistent as you need to be, if you're not taking as much action as you need to be, well, the marketplace will then discipline you, okay? The marketplace is unbiased. The marketplace doesn't care if you make 6 figures a year in this business or if you make no fucking money and you're broke. The marketplace is the marketplace. So a good way to judge where you are is by how much money you're making now. Now, there's one thing, there's one catch, there's one thing that's off about this, and there's a delayed effect. So if you have like a strong desire, and I see it all the time, if you have a strong desire and you're taking the right actions, it can take, and you're taking the actions, you have the discipline, and you're doing the things that a 6-figure earner does, it can take a handful of months for your skill sets and for you to have the knowledge of the routine you need in order to catch up there. Does that kind of make sense? So you can be doing all the right things, but it just takes time for those skills to build. It can take 2 to 8 months is what I've seen, sometimes up to a year. Because some people get in this business and they've had a couple businesses before and they've gone through self-improvement and they kind of get how stuff works. Some people were starting off like I was at the way, way, way back at the end of it. And, you know, they had to learn stuff like, oh, the people at the mall, the reason they're talking to you is because the stores are paying them. Basic lessons like that. But it's very important that everyone here understand that everyone here are going to be making $1,000 to $2,000 a week in profit. The truth is everyone here are going to make 6 figures a year in profit. I just don't say that because I don't think people would believe it. But like I fucking guarantee that everyone here can make $100,000 a year in profit phone flipping, working less than 40 hours a week. In the beginning, you might have to work a little bit more. In the beginning, you might have to, you know, you're going to have to figure out a lot of stuff. But after time, you get all these tricks and you figure out everything. And then you combine everything and everything's optimizing, right? Everything's optimizing. And then you can just kind of cruise. I've been cruising for about a year. Right? I kind of got the routine down. I'm doing this, I do this, I do this. Whenever someone says this, I send out this. Talking to a guy now that has repeat business, and I know the whole strategy for this. This guy bringing me phones consistently. He's one of the suppliers that I call him. We're negotiating literally, guys, on $5 for about $1,000 worth of phones. So I came up a little bit. He came down a little bit, and then I said something, and he waited like 10 minutes to respond. So I know that I need to wait about 8 to 10 minutes to respond. So the message comes through. I wait 8 to 10 minutes because I don't want to send the message too soon, because I don't want to come off too needy, because the positioning that I'm in with him matters, right? I need to make sure it's level, right? It's the positioning that you're in with your clients and your customers matter. And when you get repeat business, and especially if you get people that bring you phones consistently, it matters a lot because it's not a 5-minute transaction. It's a thing that happens over time, over a period of time. And then if you want to do things like keep those people under the umbrella and grow it, there's strategies for that as well. You know, it's we talked about this a little bit last week, but like, you know, people need different things. I don't know if you guys are interested in this, so we could just get into the training, but some people, they just need different things. Some people, some people you have to purposely create drama with. It's very strange. It's very strange. I fucking hate it. I think it's dumb. But I do it because that's the experience that they want. It's like there's some people that are loyal and they find someone and they want to stick with someone. Maybe how some of you guys are with. Let me ask you guys a question. So give me a 1 in the chat. If when you find a direct buyer, you just kind of stay with that direct buyer and you're happy with them forever. Give me a 2 in the chat if you find a direct buyer, but after 3 months, 6 months, a week and a half, whatever it is, you kind of get a little cold with it. You get a little antsy and want to look for another direct buyer. Let me know if that's ever happened to anyone here. I just kind of want to see if I guess if we're selling to direct buyers here, how that works. Michael says he hired my Craigslist guy. Hired my Craigslist guy. He's a thing. You gotta, you gotta be able to control that guy. Cobb's a 2. So the reason sometimes that is people want a certain experience, right? Some people, they want to be like I had a direct buyer and he kind of treated me like I was like his best person. So I like that. We had a good relationship and I was fair with him, right? But then there's some people who if the person was going to make it seem like you were his top person, that person would then want more money for their phones because they think they have an edge on you. So a person that's example number 2, you need to show them that you have lots of other phones coming in. So some people, it's like you treat them as, it's all these weird dynamics. Everything's weird. It's all weird. But when you know what this is, you can like keep getting repeat business and keep these people coming to you. It's a very strange dynamic. I'm doing that like a lot now with all these different people. With that said, guys, I want to see if there's any last minute questions. Any questions that I can answer for you guys, and then we are going to go into ads because I think Mr. Michael voted for ads. And I think that someone else voted for ads too. Where are you getting your ads to stick in groups? Marketplace is starting to flag my older ads. What can I do? I vote for Nate votes for. What's up, Nate? Nate votes for negotiating. How are you getting your ads to stick in groups? Well, groups are marketplace, Deb, because those are 2 different things. Groups, pretty much the ads always stick unless an admin doesn't like it. But then you just, you join 120 groups. 25% of the admins kick you out, and then you're in a solid, 80 groups that you can consistently spam over time. With the way the groups are, there's some people, they want you to make one post one time and that's that. Well, we can't do that. We need to be posting all the time. So I say post in those groups, let them kick you out, and then the groups that you don't get kicked out of, those are kind of like the groups that you stay in. Nate says it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while, Nate. Nate the Great, I think it's been a whole 3 or 4 days. That's it. Okay, so for groups. How many groups are you in now, Deb? Because we got to make sure you're in all the groups. It's been a while for Nate said run the numbers. It's been a while. 60. Okay. So, send me a message over the group chat. I'll try to send you a video. It's in Next Level. It goes over groups and everything. It's an updated video. I don't think I put it in VIP. Just send me it. I'll try. I'm 99.9% sure. Just send me a message, and I'm going to do my best to send you the video. But it should help out. And if I don't respond, hit me up a few times because I barely check my messenger on this thing because all my things from Marketplace coming through another thing. All right, we'll talk about ads. Let's get to it. So, what we're going to talk about is how to write ads that get a flood of leads. How to write ads that get a flood of quality leads. Boom, 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 boom. So, the first thing when it comes to writing ads, and when it comes to interacting with customers in general, is there's a thing called cheese and whiskers. Now, this is brand new, even for the people that have been around for a gazillion trillion years. Let's see if we have any of those on here today. Oh, Chris Kripe. Me and Chris Kripe, we go back 15, 20 years. So there's this thing called cheese and whiskers. Whiskers. I'm not sure if that's how you spell cheese and whiskers. But it's this thing called cheese and whiskers. And what it says is that a mouse will chew through 3 feet of material to get to some cheese. But at the flick of a whisker, the mouse will run as fast as it can in the other direction because the mouse really, really, really wants the cheese. It will do anything possible to get the cheese. But when its prey comes around and it is something it doesn't like, it is gone. It is out of here. So what we want to do is we want to give our customers the experience of cheese. We want to give our customers the experience of cheese, making it where every part of the interaction of us talking to the customers and actually messaging them, us meeting up with them, but also what they see on our ads is all just cheese and good news. So what are some things that might be cheese for our customers? What are some things that our customers might want to see or might be appealing to them? Customers cheese. What are some things in, and it could just be some things in the ads, some things in any part of the process that the customer would kind of get excited about, that the customer would say, ooh, this is something that I want. This is something that I'd like. I'd say one of the things is cash today. You guys agree cash today is probably some cheese for our customers. It's something that they want. Cash is a big one, and meeting today is a big one. Because you don't have to ship in your phone, you don't have to do this, none of that stuff. We're going to give you cash, which is what they want. We're going to meet you today. Another thing might be quick transaction. Listen, it's going to take 5 minutes, right? We're not going to beat around the bush. It's going to be quick and easy. We can meet up on the way to dinner. It's no problem whatsoever. I've met up with people and I've met up with people at their work before, and they're serving or they're like working in the kitchen and they'll come out from their work. I bought a phone a couple months ago from a lady who was getting her hair done. I literally walk into the hair salon, walk in the booth, I think it was 28, and I do the deal as she's getting her hair done. Quick transaction. I can meet you today. I can come to you. Nate says 3rd grade reading level. This is very important. Because if we start saying things like, I need that IMEI so I can run it on SIGW to make sure it's not blacklisted. Guys, if you say some stuff like this to the customer, it's going to confuse them. It's going to throw them off. They're not going to feel as educated as you are. They might not want to say they don't know what this means because they don't want to sound stupid. Right? It's like when I was at the dentist and the dentist told me there was something with my teeth, and then he started using dentist lingo. I have no idea what any of that is, but I didn't want to say I didn't know what it was because I didn't want to come off as stupid. You guys understand? Understanding the ad. So a simple ad, lines, and everything else. Everything I'm doing, guys, is all about giving a customer the good experience. Now, guys, I want to throw one objection at you before we get to the nuts and bolts of this. The objection is, well, Aaron, you're saying all these benefit things, but isn't there a chance where you eventually got to tell the customer you can't do the price that they want? Or, you need their ID or stuff like that. Shouldn't you bring that up sooner to weed out the customers? Someone tell me what your response is. Guys, here's my thing. I got a question. Wouldn't it be better if I said, I must see valid ID, and if it's AT&T or unlocked, I must run IMEI before we do the transaction? I'm trying to get you guys thinking here. My devil's advocate is if I put this in the ad up front, they'll always have their ID. And the people that come to me will be okay with me running the IMEI. So it makes the process down the line smoother. Well, dang, Deb. Deb said no with capitals. I don't know why you got to yell at me like that, Deb. Shoot. Violation of 3rd grade reading level. Costello says he's good. Guys, here's the thing. The reason we save all this junk for later is the further we get them down in our sales process, the further we get them down through RWOCM, the more committed that they are. And the more committed that they are, the more likely they are to do things that they might not be willing to do. I did a reach out method a few days ago. I posted the thing in Next Level's group because I think someone asked if someone could post any people's recent reach out method closes, and I closed one like an hour and a half before, so I posted that. He was nervous about sending me the IMEI, but because I waited till after I got to the close in this phase right here. Let me blow this up because I remember one time Deb said she couldn't see. Okay, so, and if Deb said she couldn't see, that means no one could see because the font's real small and the screen is not that big. So when you're here and they're already invested, they're excited to meet up with you. They're like, I'm going to do this. They're thinking about the $250 in cash. Now they're more likely to send me the IMEI. You guys see that? That's why we do this. I've had people, they've said, well, I don't understand, Aaron. If I do the 3 levels, I still can't pay the price that they want. You're right. You can't pay the price that you want. But once you get them further down in here, then you can negotiate with them. And once they're further invested, you can work on them a little bit. And you have a higher chance of closing deals. Will you close everyone? No. But will you close people consistently if you do the right things? Yes. You guys understand that? Very important. So with this framework and us thinking about cheese, by the way, I put cheese everywhere. If you guys go look at my eBay listings, one of the things I put is phone ships in 24 hours with tracking number. This is in my eBay listing template. It's in your back office in the resource section. You can download it. You don't even have to watch the video. What is this doing right here? Why do I put this right here? Why in the eBay listing do I put this? Is this, doesn't matter when I ship it. Hell, if I ship it, I ship it, right? When I ship it, I ship it. As long as I ship it and, it doesn't hurt my eBay things, and eBay's pretty relaxed with their policies, it shouldn't matter. Why do I put this in the eBay listing? Because I'm trying to give cheese to the people that are looking at my eBay listing. A lot of people that buy stuff, guys, they want their stuff right away. Now, I can't guarantee that I'm going to do one-day shipping like Amazon and you're going to get it tomorrow, but it is my full intention that I'm going to ship the phone within 24 hours of you buying it with the tracking number so you can get it as soon as possible, because some people, they might wait 2, 3, 4 days before they ship it out. You guys see that? So this is cheese in the eBay listing to try to entice them and make them say, well, if my listing and someone else's, if we have the same phone, pretty much the same phone, my thing is very clearly, I explain everything in great detail, and I say I'm to ship in 24 hours, and someone else doesn't have that, and they say, and their thing says they'll ship it in a few days, who's more likely to get the sale? I am. Very important. We want to use cheese everywhere. We want to use cheese everywhere. So, with that said, let's get to the nuts and bolts of ads. How to write the perfect ad that gets a flood of quality leads. My friends, there are 3 pieces that make up the ad. Does anyone here know what they are? 3 pieces that make up the ad. 3 things that make up the ad. There are 3 things that make up the ad. Number 1, number 2, number 3. 1, okay, Nate says we got the title. Then he says we got the description. Then he says we got the call to action. We're just going to say image. Some rules about these 3 things. Rule number 1, congruence. Congruence. Aaron, what the heck is he using these big words? Aaron, I know you can't spell these big words, so why are you trying to use big words? Congruence means that everything flows. Everything flows. Everything is having the same message. Title, description, and image should all say the same message. So, if you're making an ad going after, let's say, iPhones, we want the title, description, and image to all say iPhones. Let's go over a bad example. Bad example would be title, I buy smartphones. image says, I buy iPhones, and description says, I buy all electronics. Do you guys see how if someone landed on your ad, these guys don't know you, they landed on your ad, it says, I buy smartphones in the title, the image says iPhones, and then the description says, I buy all electronics. You guys see how that could throw someone off? You guys see how that could be someone weird? Says, all right, well, does the person just buy iPhones? Do they just buy smartphones? Or do they just buy electronics? Let's say that we were, I don't know if anyone here likes tacos, but let's say we're on Craigslist and we're scrolling through the ads. And one title says, I sell the best tacos ever. And the description says, I sell all types of food. Mexican, American, and Chinese. Come check out my store. You guys see how, if you guys were looking at this ad, how this ad might seem a little off to you. If the person sells all types of stuff, why would they just put tacos in the title? It would make more sense for the title to say, I sell all sorts of food from different countries. How a title like this would make more sense. So we will lose people just by not being congruent. We will lose people because there'll be a percentage of people, if they see this ad, they'll be like, this is confusing, the message is changing. If the message in the ad is changing, what if the person tries to change the meetup? This sounds weird, I'm out. So the rule number one with ads is everything must be congruent. So if we're going to make an ad going after smartphones, we want the title to say smartphones. We want the image to say smartphones. We want the description to say smartphones. Now, let's talk about the title. Does anyone here know any rules that we could use for the title? Anyone here have any rules for the title that we want to use when we're making the title? Nate says third grade reading level. That's right. Third grade reading level. Oh, he's got the one idea per line. We're going to use that for the description. Nate would not bother writing. Nate says amateur. Title, guys, we want it to be short, simple, right to the point. No need to get fancy. 7 to 8 words max. The title, guys, should also be broad enough to attract all the people we want, while specific enough to turn off all the people we don't want. So let's talk about this. Some of the titles that I like: I buy smartphones. I pay cash on the spot for smartphones. I buy smartphones, all conditions. Something that's easy to understand, right to the point. And Nathan says 7 seconds. That's right, because people have a short attention span. If we have something that says, I buy new and used and broken and sealed iPhones and Samsungs and LGs and laptops and smartwatches, new, used, broken, everything 4 years old or newer. You guys see how a title like this might turn off some people, might be a little confusing, and their attention span might not be around long enough to absorb all this. So we want to keep it short and simple. I buy smartphones. We also don't want anything funny. Now, let's talk about something else. I buy iPhone 11 Pro Maxes. What do you guys think about this title? I buy iPhone 11 Pro Maxes. These ads are sticking, so this is how to write the perfect ad. Deb and Mike bring out a good point. This is for Craigslist, this is for Facebook groups, this is for personal profiles. Of course, for Marketplace, This is also for paid ads too, by the way. Very good for paid ads. Apps and marketplace, we need to take the structure, but then some things, of course, we have to water down. So, of course, like the titles for marketplace and apps, we're going to disguise the titles. But it's important to have the foundation of what makes the perfect ad and what's the important parts. That way, when you're like tweaking and removing and sometimes replacing entire things for like the apps in the marketplace, you know you can still make an ad that gets a lot of leads because you're manipulating certain things, but you're making sure the message is clear. So a title like I buy iPhone 11 Pro Maxes, this is going to get over this. An ad like this would give us a lot of iPhone 11 Pro Maxes, which are good phones. The problem is we're not going to get this ad is probably not going to. This ad is probably not going to get us like iPhone 7 Pluses, iPhone 8 Pluses, Samsung S10s. So we want the ad to be broad enough to get us the items we want, but specific enough to turn off the items we don't want. The other extreme of this would be, I buy electronics. So I buy electronics, we're going to get iPhone 11 Pro Maxes. We're going to get iPhone 7 Pluses. But we also might get keyboards and mouses, and we also might get cords for iPhones. So I want the whole ad to be specific enough to give us the items we want, but I want it to be specific enough to give us the items we want, but broad enough where we get as many items as we want while trying to steer clear of the items we don't want. Now, let me ask you guys a question. We got the title. I buy smartphones. The image would, of course, be I buy smartphones. Description, I buy smartphones, everything else. Now, let's say that, well, let's take a step back and then we'll go back to this. So we got I buy smartphones. Now, of course, we know for, let's see, we're going to do this right here. We know for Craigslist, Facebook groups, images like this are fantastic. Images where there's big borders, everything's fancy, and a phone number is right on there are fantastic. If we're doing it for Facebook groups, or I'm sorry, for apps or marketplace, we of course are going to disguise it. So images like this. And of course, I can show you guys my marketplace ads if you guys would like to see, because I'm happy to show you guys anything you guys want to see. Oh, let's see. I don't know why we got to do that. Something like this is good. I buy smartphones. Now, in the description for a perfect ad, the thing we're going to do in the description is, is I buy smartphones. Then we're going to have a couple returns, all conditions, can meet today with cash, message, call, text for your free quote. Well, Deb, you says yours have gotten flagged. Have you posted in the group the ones that have gotten flagged? And like what you've done, what you've tried to do to fix it? Because then we can see what you did, and then we can see what your ads look like. We can see which specific actions you took to fix it that didn't work, and then based on that, we can put a game plan together to get the ads to stick. Oh shit, Ryan picked up a bunch of phones. October. How far back was it, Deb? Because I can scroll back a little bit if you need me to. Okay. Yeah, Deb, I think we've talked about this before too, because you've been on the VIP chats. If something's not working, guys, you need to post it in the group. You need to post it in the group so we can look at it. But on top of posting it in the group, You need to give us a breakdown of the things that you've tried, because you're only a series of actions away from having the results that you want in your business. So you need to give us a breakdown and say, all right, I watched this video because just saying, oh, my ad's not sticking, well, that's not good enough for me, okay? That does not fly around here. But when you say my ad's not sticking and I tried this and I tried this and I tried this, here's what my ads look like, I'm like, okay, they tried these couple things, it didn't work, they posted a fair amount of ads, now let's put a game plan together to get the ads to stick. Like RJ, I think, was having issues with Craigslist, but he posted what he did. This is what he did. He tried this. He made some new accounts. This is what wasn't working. He tried all these things. So we had something to go off of. We're like, all right, this is RJ's situation. So now based on that, we have some context to go off of so we can put a game plan together. Now, is the game plan going to work every time from the beginning? Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. But at least we kind of have, you know, we're like 3 or 4 steps on the way in and we're just not guessing with stuff, if that kind of makes sense. RJ says, yeah, and Wes does a good job as well in his posts. Now, Mike, which platform are you talking about when you're talking about flagging? Because different platforms will flag for different reasons. Marketplace and Letgo. They flag for the, well, it's the same stuff we talk about in the videos in the main section. They flag either because of hot and cold theory, because if an account is cold and you're posting hot ads, they'll flag for that. They'll flag, a big reason they flag, which of course is in the main section as well, is warm-up ads. Is everyone here doing warm-up ads for their apps and marketplace? Warm-up ads, guys, are very, very important. Warm-up ads, it's important to be doing a few warm-up ads. Let me know if you are, Mike, because if you are, I'll just go ahead and skip this because you're already doing it. So, yep, I get floods of people blowing me up. All right, fantastic. That is fantastic. Guys, here's the thing. If you're using the apps in the marketplace 2 to 3 times a week minimum, we need to be posting warm-up ads, and then we need to be marking them sold. Why is this? Can I be honest with you guys? We're trying to trick the platform. Okay? Letgo, apps, and marketplace are not designed to do the things that we're supposed to be doing. We're trying to trick the platform. So I want you guys to imagine that you're like Marketplace. You're Marketplace, and you want people on Marketplace to have good experiences. If someone makes an account on Marketplace and they post 50 items over a week, over a month and a half, and they don't mark any of them sold, if you were regulating Facebook's Marketplace, would you think that account might be suspicious? Okay, a person that's going to post something, of course, if they post 50 things, they'll probably not sell all 50 things, but they'll probably sell at least a handful of them. They might sell at least a dozen of them. That's why warm-up ads are so important. And if you go a couple weeks without doing warm-up ads and you get lazy with it, that can be a big reason that throws off the algorithm. We need to be doing warm-up ads. I try to do them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then you either mark them sold that day, you mark them sold later. Can you mark them sold that day? Can you mark them sold same day? It gets annoying sometimes. You can. I like to wait for some responses. So I like to wait maybe a day, or maybe I'll wait a few days. Just post fantastic. All right, that is fantastic, Deb. The warm-up ads are very, very important for that. All right, Deb. And when you post too, kind of what you were doing too. My Letgo account's cold as ice. I know what to do now. I understand cold accounts. All right, fantastic. So then you're doing good, Mike. And sometimes what you got to do, and it's not that sexy, sometimes what you have to do if an account is cold as ice is you got to do warm-up ads for like 5 or 6 or 7 days and not post any ads. Shannon, who's the next level, her account was really cold. We did hot and cold theory on it. We posted warm-up ads. Her cold ads weren't sticking. I believe she got an extra account, which is why it's important to have multiple accounts. And for a week straight, she posted warm-up ads and no other ads for a week straight on the cold account. After a week, she started introducing cold ads with the sandwich method, and the ads started to stick again. RJ says, are you still posting your own Craigslist ads or is it still outsourced for now? I outsource the Craigslist ads. I think what I recommend, guys, as far as that goes, is when you got to do everything yourself in the beginning. Because if you hire someone to post ads, guys, I got a whole video on this, of course, in the back office. But it's important. It's a good reminder for everyone here. When you hire someone else to do something for you, you have to know what looks good and what doesn't. If you hire a Craigslist poster, they're not supposed to know ad copy. They're not supposed to know that there should be a border with your phone number on there. And that you don't want, they're not supposed to know all that stuff. They're not supposed to know what to put in their description. Their job is just to post the ads. It's your job to be able to tell them what to do. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to post something, and it's not going to be the correct thing. So you need to go back and you need to be like, this is all right, but we need to make this text in the image bigger, or you just send them images. Send them images from the back office, right? With your phone number. So edit your phone number in there and say, just use these images. It's your job to say, this is what I need the description to say. And these are good titles. Do titles like this. It's your job to do that. It's their job to post. Now, if they're not posting consistently, they're not posting with the agreement you guys had set up in the beginning, then that's something that you can, I don't want to say discipline, but then that's something that there's a discussion that you need to have with. But in the beginning, it's important that you understand everything and you do everything first, A, because it saves you money, and then B, you can't really train someone, you can't tweak someone on something you haven't tweaked yourself. Does that kind of make sense? But I do recommend, like RJ, you're in a very good position where you're making great money. So I think it's good when you're doing around $6,000 to $10,000 plus a month to go looking at getting an assistant to someone to post ads. And to be honest, I could have trained him to post ads on Marketplace, on Letgo, but that just takes a second, right? Craigslist is what was the biggest pain for me and took the most time. So I just had him do Craigslist. And I mean, Marketplace and the apps, how long does that take? It takes, 5, 6, 7 minutes a day when you get good at it. You have all the images, you just knock it out. So I just kind of do that myself. Craigslist says, so yeah, Craigslist has been outsourced for me for a while now. And you could, in theory, try to outsource other stuff. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that as well. Like you could try to get like a negotiator. You could try to get like a VA and pay them. But I started getting these partners where I don't have to pay them hourly. I just pay them, they just go get phones and I just pay them less. I tell them what I pay for it, and then they make whatever is less. So it's like it's 100% commission. And you don't make people like that. You must find people like that. It's like trying to find someone like us. Like RJ's a very motivated guy. RJ's making good money. For RJ to find another RJ there's not a lot of RJs out there. But when you interact with a lot of people, you'll naturally run into a couple of RJs, and then you can kind of put them on your team. Yep. I totally agree with you, RJ. Yes, Deb. 3 items a week. If the account's kind of cold, I would do 5 to 6 items a week for cold for warm-up ads. Cool. Any other questions you guys have? You guys are asking good questions. And I want to make sure everything here is covered. Do you ever open warm-up ads, clear notifications? Or do they need to see that's a good thing. Good question. So I will open some of the messages in the warm-up ads, and I will respond. I won't have a conversation, but for some of them, I'll put, yes, it's still available. I'll just hit that thing just to show the interaction. I don't do it a ton. If I do a warm-up ad, I might, out of 3 warm-up ads, one of them I might not do it on, and the other 2 warm-up ads, if I get like 30 messages, I might do it with 3 or 4 messages. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing it, but guys, a lot of this stuff is theory that, but the theory is that it's kind of interacting with a real person. And someone could, in theory, someone could send a single message, right? someone could say, yes, it's available, call me. That could be the message that they send. So I don't feel like you need to have a big thing, a big negotiating thing, as long as you respond to it. RJ says, what's the one thing you are trying and tinkering right now with your business? The thing I'm tinkering right now with my business is getting a team of people underneath me. I talked about this a little bit and how to manage them last group chat. I don't really, I could go over it with you guys, but it's like, I'm doing like psychology stuff. There's some there's some psychological manipulation that I'm doing. Not in a bad way though, just in a way to where I'm like, I'm taking what would take like a year to build like rapport and build synergy, and I have strategies I can condense it down into a month. So what I'm doing right now to build my business is I'm working on doing business to business. There are a lot of local cell phone shops in the area, and I'm working on building relationships with them and getting them to sell to me. I probably do $1,000 a week now in profit from, like, there's a gas station that buys phones that sells to me. There's a guy that's been doing this. That's been buying phones and selling them for, I believe, 15 years. He's got a big cell phone shop. He knows direct buyers. He knows everyone local. Why is it that I was able to get him to sell to me? The phone that I picked up today, the first phone that I picked up today was a phone that he sold to me. It's because there's paying a price for a phone is just a certain amount. There's other things that need to be there. Suggestions on approaching business to business, walking to the business. So what I found, I did this a couple days ago. There's another guy. I found his shop. I drove right in. I told him what I did. I got his number. I said I would love to do business with him. I was very professional. I don't have any business cards. I've never had business cards. So, but I guess if I had a business card, I would hand it to him. But there's a lot of, they're usually not in like the rich areas. But if you go to like the not the ghetto areas, but kind of in the middle, you'll see like semi-ghetto, like not really ghetto, but where there's like pawn shops and where there's like places that buy jewelry and stuff like that. Or like, cash advance places. So areas like that, there'll be a lot of cell phone shops, because what these guys can do is they can, for like Boost Mobile and like Cricket Mobile, they can get a license to sell those services, or like track phones. So they'll open up a little phone, and naturally people will start bringing them phones, and they get lots of blacklisted phones. And there's shops like this all over the fucking place. There's a guy that has a shop in a laundromat, and he sold me phones. So it's my goal is to expand this thing with this, because if I can like double or triple the businesses I have, I could, in theory, I believe I could start picking up about 10 phones a day and, just cruise at $500 a day and, do like business to business. So the suggestion is, if you wanted to do this, guys, and I guess we could just do open Q&A for the rest of it, but basically to sum up the ads thing is you want to have everything be congruent, and then you want to adjust everything. So I'll pull up and I'll show you a couple of my marketplace ads. But if you guys want to get into business to business, you got to approach these people. Some of these people have egos. Some of these people have been doing this for a while. They're making $100,000 a year, and they kind of know that they're the shit. So saying things like, one of these guys that sold me items for a while, I would say stuff like, hey, listen, I know that you could sell to other people. I appreciate you selling to me. Does that kind of make sense? This one person, I built a relationship. I built like a really deep relationship with him. So like for his like, it was like his daughter's birthday. I got her like a little thing that she liked, because I used to have dinner at their house. So I got her like a little pillow that has like things. So there's like doing little things like that. And it's being able to pick up on, some people just want to have clean business. Some people just want to have clean business, and they're happy with that. Some people, they like to fight. It's almost, they don't like to fight, but they like to negotiate for like $5 or $10. and they think you're like a man or they think you're like a woman with it. So some people I will purposefully like negotiate with. So I don't know if this is I don't know. It's just a lot of this stuff is just like kind of subconscious. But like this one guy, guys, for example, I shared this in VIP's group chat. He would come to me and he would be like, Aaron, I know you can do another $5 or $10. What's another $5 or $10 to you? So we would agree on a price. I would get there, and that's what he would say to me. I would always pay the price. I wouldn't come up, but he would say that to me. So what did I start doing after a little bit of time? After he did this a few times, what do you think I started doing? I want to see if you guys kind of pick this up. So, yes, I did the reverse on him. So when I would start to go meet up with him, like let's say it was 380, and I'd be like, all right, you would take 370, right? And he'd be like, no, we said 380. Come on, it's just $10. What's $10 to you? Now, I hate this stuff. I think this stuff is so stupid. I'd rather make the offer, drive up there, not have anything. But because that's the kind of person that he is, and he kind of gets a rush from butting heads, I did that to him. I gave him the experience that he wants. There's this other person. She is so good. We do good business. She always says thank you. I always say thank you to her. Sometimes there's been times where like she'll set up the appointment for me and I go to her. I'll go meet up with them. And if it's like a gold phone or like a green phone I can pay a little bit more on, I'll split the difference with her. So I'll send her a little bit more money too. So that builds like really good rapport. So it's like you have to interact with everyone differently. It's like in a relation. Now I'm no relationship person. But some people, they just want to like be in a relationship and be in love and have everything be smooth. Some people, they actually like butting heads. They like getting in fights and having makeup sex because that's how they feel important. Some people will tell you that they want everything to be smooth, but by the way that they act, they actually like the drama. So it's like, it's the same kind of thing applies to business. Some people you got to have some drama with. Some people you got to push heads with them almost where it's like, man, me and Aaron kind of fought. This discussion almost turned into an argument. There was all this adrenaline that was created and now was released. It's very weird. Some people you guys want to hear some twisted psychological weird shit? Some people you actually have to do that to, or else they will get comfortable with you and they will start looking for other people to sell phones to. It's fucking weird. So some people, I have to do this. It's like, I have to do this so they don't go look for someone else. Some people, they're totally happy dealing with me and I don't have to do that with. It's the weirdest thing. I think it's so weird. But it's what I got to do, so it's what I do. I don't, So that's my suggestion with dealing with people with that. The other thing is, it's the other thing is there's like an approach where it's like I make it seem like it's us versus them. So all the people I'm dealing with, it's us versus them. I justify their concerns. We have the same kind of problems. I always kind of say that they're right. And like, I start to use words like we a lot. I'm like, hey, we got to get this money. We got to make this money. There's this one person that she sets up appointments for me. I go get the phones and I cash app her the money, or I send it to her through like Zelle or whatever it is. There was a time where there was a phone that she wasn't going to make any money on, but she set up the appointment for me anyway. She did all the work and set up the appointment for me anyway, even though she wasn't going to make any money. This was like a month into our relationship. Stuff like that does not happen by accident. To build the sense of community and the sense of and the sense of team and the sense of us versus everyone else, It's the strategies. I made it a thing. It was like us versus them. And then I would do things like where if I could pay more money for the phone because it was higher end, I didn't try to cheat her out of that. I would send her some of the extra money. And then she started reciprocating it to me. She would start to say things to me like, after I kept saying this over and over again, I'm like, hey, you know, there's all this free money. We got to go get it. After about 2 or 3 weeks, she started saying it to me. She's like, she goes, we got to get the phones and not let anyone else get them. She goes, you know, she would say stuff like this to me. So what does that show me? When she's now messaging me and she's saying stuff along the lines of, hey, she goes, you know me, I'm on top of my game right away. I message them right away because I'd rather us get the phones than anyone else. What is that saying? What is that saying about her thought process? She's now adapted this mindset of we, of us versus team. It's not her over here and me here and us kind of doing a transaction together. It's us now in a business relationship where we're working together. The rapport of that's a lot deeper. You guys kind of see that? So I try to do that with everyone. And the other thing is, guys, you got to make people feel special. To have long-term relationships, you got to make people feel special. Like some of these people, they'll message people right away, and I'll be like, man, you're on top of your stuff. That's so impressive. Or like this one guy, he was going to drive a couple hours to get some phones for me. So when he told me that, I was like, you know, I was like, I'm telling you, man, you know, there's a reason we do what we do. You are motivated. Most people would not be motivated. That is just fantastic that you're willing to do that. And when I say that, what do you think he says? Yeah, he goes, yeah, that's awesome. I know. He goes, hey, you know, I got to do what I got to do to make some money. I'm like, that's fantastic. So I make it seem like they're special, which they are. We talked about this earlier on the group chat today. Most people aren't willing to do the thing. So it's not like a lie. It's the truth, but it's important that I acknowledge it and I make them feel special. I had a direct buyer I was selling to for a long time. I forgot the guy's name. It was Best Buy phone, some stuff. I don't know. And he would kind of talk to me in a way where he would say thank you and he would appreciate me. And I felt appreciated. We did good deals. I mean, we did big numbers. I mean, I'm sending him big numbers worth of stuff. A few weeks went by and he stopped talking to me. He stopped making me feel special. About a month later, I got another direct buyer. I don't think I ever sold to him again. Or maybe I sold a couple phones, but that was that. Because paying a price is important, but it's like an Amway meeting, okay? This is just like Amway. If you're in a multi-level marketing company, you're trying to motivate people underneath you that don't have to listen to you. If someone's working for you per hour, you can just tell them what to do, all right? Nate the Great, I'm paying you $100 an hour. You need to go get this phone. Nate the Great say, okay, I'm on my way here. Right? If me and Nate the Great are working together, I got to try to do things to motivate him and inspire him and make him feel good, right? It's not just about the money. You also have to make him feel good so he keeps wanting to do it, right? So it's you know, he keeps wanting to do it. Dang, that's Nate, I'm paying you $100 an hour? All right, $1,000 an hour. $10,000 an hour. And I send you the phone I pick up for free. Dang, he says double or nothing. Shoot, he's stressing me out. So that's kind of that. I haven't really taught this stuff before, so I don't really have a system down because I'm just now starting to kind of really get into this level. A lot of stuff I try, you know, I got systems down for. But that's what I got for you guys. It's 8 o'clock now. So what else? I'm actually going to go pick up this phone a little bit later. So I can hang out with you guys for a little bit. This is the store I'm at whole week. Let me share with you guys one other thing, all right? So like me and him fought about, you guys want to hear the convo? Me and this guy fought about a $5 price for like 5 minutes. So I gave him the price. Oh, you guys said the ads. Okay. I'm kind of all over the place today. So usually I stick to one topic, but okay, Nate says both. We do both, and I show you the ads, and then we're good to go. So one of the things I'll tell these guys is these guys that you have to treat these guys with respect. So I'll be like, I'm doing a group chat. He wanted to meet at 7:15. I said, is there any way we could do like 8:10 or anytime afterwards that works for you? So I say stuff like that. That works for you. That's convenient for you. This is important to say, okay? It's not, can we do could we do, let's do after 8 o'clock. That's not that good. You're telling them, you guys are working together. You can't fucking tell these people what to do. Is there any way we could do after 8? Is there any way we could do after 8 or any time? Is there any way we could do 8:05 or any time after 8:05 that works for you? And whenever's convenient for you. You guys see that? So what's that? Is that empathy? I don't even know what that is, but I know it's good to say. A lot of stuff I don't really, I know it internally. It's just hard to verbalize it for some things. Some of these deep things. Message negotiation ads, I knock that shit out, no problem. Rapport, knock that stuff out, no problem. But some of these like little things. Yeah, it's like a soft phrase. So, this is the combo. He goes, I got the XR for $315, which is $10 more than what I could say I could do, and the Max for $10 more than what I could say I do. Can you meet at the Quick Trip by 7:15? I'm hanging out with you guys at 7:15. I said, could we do 8:15 or later? Or I'll just come over anytime after 8 with the 305 and 360. So I came down $10 each on the phones to the price I originally told him. So he said he got the phones for me, and he just added on $10 to each phone, which is totally cool. So I said, can we do this? And then I talked about the price. He goes, no, man, you know you can do 370. You've been doing that for every Max I got you. So he's coming at me kind of hard now. And 315 for the X-Star. But as far as meeting late, that's fine. I said, the price dropped today, man. And okay, I'll hit you up at 8 and meet you whenever is good for you. He goes, yeah, I can do meet at the Quick Trip by 8 as long as I'm picking up this girl for my soccer game from there at 8. I said, nice, exclamation mark. Why did I say that? He said he was picking up this girl from a soccer game. I don't know if his girlfriend, I don't know if he wanted to, people say little subtle things to try to impress other people. So I don't know what it was, but he said he made an effort to tell me he was picking up a girl from a soccer game, so that's important to him for whatever reason. Maybe it's not about the girl. Maybe it's about the fact that he's playing soccer. But either something about that's important. Would you guys agree with me on that? The girl's important. Something about that's important to him. So I want to show interest. So I say nice, exclamation mark. This matters. These little fucking things matter. All these little things matter. I say nice, exclamation mark. And okay, can we meet, say, 8:05 to be safe, LOL? I'll get done with you guys and head over there. And I can do plus $5 on each, but that's where I'm at because of the small Max drop. Really, I'm doing $10 more on the XR and the Max is the same. And me and him do this. I come up $5 or $10 on the phones, but I can't come up $10 every time for every phone because then they get what happens if every time they got a phone for sale, I come up $10 easily? What if every time there's a phone for sale, the price I offer, I come up $10? What's going to happen after too much longer? Well, I'm not losing money, Nate, because I calculated. I calculated to where I can come up $10 more to hit my max. Good idea, but there's something else. That's right. That's right. They'll want more. So sometimes I come up $5. Sometimes I come up $10. Sometimes I'm tough as shit, and I say, you know what? I can't, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. If I could, I would, but I can't do any more. Because I have to keep the dynamic in this range. Because if it gets too high to this range, I'm now fighting this range. So sometimes I gotta lay my foot down. Now, a couple days ago, he sold me a phone and he didn't argue with price at all, and I was real firm to him. I was real firm to him a couple days ago, so I'm taking that in consideration here, and now I'm coming up and giving him a little leeway. This is all strategy. This is all consciousness. This is all created. Over the last week and a half, 75% of the phones I picked up have been from people like this. The other 25, you guys saw, I'd still do the reach out method, and I respond to people and stuff like that. But the majority of my business now is stuff like this. He goes, so what's that, 360 and 315? That's the price I said. He goes, I need at least $5 more, please. Let me make my whole 60 in total on both. I paid way too much thinking the price is the same, sad emojis. So 316, 365, and 315, please, sir. So he's asking me to basically come up $10 on one and $5 on another. The other thing is, I'm thinking about everything. I'm thinking about that last time I didn't come up at all. The time before that, I came up $5 or $10. This time, I'm willing to come up $5 and not be an asshole because technically I can come up $10 to each and still be at my minimum that I need. But the other reason is, I want you guys to think about that. Why would I be? I'm going to read this again, and I want you guys to get good at this. Because when you guys get good at this, you will be able to take over the fucking world because no one else knows how to do this stuff. I'm going to read this again. I want you to see why else would I be willing to go up another $5 in addition to everything else. I need at least $5 more, please. Send. Let me make my whole 60 in total on both. I paid way too much thinking the price is the same. Send. Sad emojis, emotion. So the price and the price, please, sir. Anyone? Any guesses at all? So the reason is because he's not begging, but this guy does not beg. This guy's a fucking man. But he's putting in a lot of effort to try to get the $5. You guys see that? So I'm taking that into consideration. He's putting in a lot of effort, and he's kind of supplicating to me a little bit. Now he's doing it to try to get the extra money. He's doing it to try to get the $5. I would do the same thing, right? If I'm talking to a wholesaler, sometimes I try to do that. I'll suck up to them and I say thank them. I'm trying to make them feel good to try to get extra money, which you can do, by the way. Just because the wholesaler has a price sheet doesn't mean you can definitely get more for it than just what's on the price sheet. When you can use these same things for the wholesalers. I go, man, it's just hard because of the max price. I send that. I wait about 30 seconds. I want them to feel a little tension, right? We're going back and forth. Guys, this is good to do. It's good to go back and forth. It's good to create some tension. Okay? The beginner phone flipper doesn't want the customer to cuss them out or reject them from the price. The professional phone flipper wants the customer to cuss them out and reject them from the price because they know that they have to get to that step in order to get to the next steps, the 3 levels and the 4 parts, in order to handle that. The professional phone flipper know the words to say to keep the person in the conversation, to bring someone from a level 3 back to a level 2 while keeping them engaged. The professional phone flipper is not afraid of this, so they actually welcome it. They look forward to it. They know it's part of the process. They know it's something that they're going to have to go through with a handful of customers in order to get to the next step, which is getting the deal closed. So I say, it's just hard because of the max price, but that's fine. 365 and 315 because we do good business together. Why is that important? First, I sent the man, it's just hard because of the max price. I'm creating the tension there. I want to give in and close the deal. I'm keeping the tension there. Then I say, but that's fine because the price, because we do good business together. Nate says, showing appreciating. Yes, it's like a little, yeah, it is exactly a little muscle. It's showing appreciating. Also the word because. Remember the 4 parts? The word because justifies. I'm saying I'm okay to do it, but I'm not saying I'm doing it for no reason. I'm doing it because we do good business together. Sometimes I don't say because, sometimes I just do it. But because because I'm trying to create the tension there a microsecond longer and just do one little thing to just a little bit more, I say I'm not just doing it just to do it because I'm doing it because we do good business together. I don't say that all the time, by the way. If I said for the next 10 times in a row, yeah, that's fine, I could do it because we do good business together, it would almost come off too needy for me. It would almost come off like, at that point, it almost comes off like I'm trying to create a feeling of synergy and team, and I'm trying to force it, and it would seem too fake, and it would actually backfire on me. You guys understand that? Very powerful stuff again. You do it a little bit, you got to do it calibrated, because if you overdo it, it won't come off genuine, and then it'll actually hurt you, and it'll make you seem weak. And the power, the level, the positioning for these long-term relationships matter a lot. He goes, okay, thanks. No problem. I'll hit you up soon. So, all right, that's that. And then, of course, if you guys want to see my ads, we'll do ads and then I'm going to head out. Guys, I got some honeydew watermelon calling my name, baby. Guys, I mean, it's nothing fancy game. Note 10. So this was a newer one. Note 10 Plus, AT&T, great condition. To sum up this, guys, of course, you guys know from Marketplace and the apps, the titles we want to use is titles of phones. And I like them long. I don't just want Note 10. I like Note 10 Plus, AT&T, great condition. This is all in your back office, but it's good to go over because repetition is what helps us learn. iPhone 8 Plus 64GB white unlocked bought from Apple. I highly recommend making long titles. Look at this shit. This got 103 views. iPhone XX Max 256GB space gray fully working from Verizon. This, guys, putting this extra stuff in, this is something I came up with, by the way. You guys know I come up with a lot of this stuff. So, because, you know, I'm out doing this. I'm doing the same thing you guys are doing. You guys know that, right? I'm fighting with the platforms every day. I'm fighting with customers every day. I'm dealing with people showing up with the wrong items, not showing up late, showing up with a better item, though. That's how this is. Any phone I've ever bought, guys, I bought from meeting up with someone face-to-face. Never tried to buy phones off websites, never gotten phones shipped in. I don't do any of that stuff because that would then, I mean, what would be the point of that? I need to be as sharp as a knife, so everything I teach you guys is potent, it's tested, it's working now, and then you guys can use it to skip the learning curve. I only share stuff with you guys that I've tried out, perfected, gotten great results with, and then I share it with you guys so you can use it to help skip the learning curve and just take the actions that are designed to make you money and put cash in your pocket. iPhone XX Max 256 space gray fully working from Verizon. We zoom in a little bit more. Guys, I'll zoom in all the way. I don't care. iPhone 7 Plus rose gold. And you guys see, these are sticking. Samsung S10 Plus fully working, AT&T unlocked. We do all the selling with the pictures. So you see the pictures. Oh, you can't see the picture here. Description, see picture, message me for info. I pay cash for all Apple products. That's what this says. And then if you look at this, these are actual leads. Would you buy an AT&T Note 10? How much would you pay for an XS? I have an iPhone 10. Are you interested in buying it? So the picture does all the selling. These are all people, guys. Would you guys agree these are all good leads? Would anyone here want a Note 10, an XS, and an iPhone 10 as a lead? High-end phones, high-quality phones, all have good resale value. And this is just the first 3 messages that I saw. I haven't even gone through anything else. And as you can see, I haven't even responded to these yet because other platforms are full, and I don't respond to about 60% of the leads I get now. This guy has a brand new iPhone 11 in box, never used. Anyone else want that lead? This guy says, I have cash in hand. So this guy probably thinks I'm selling the item, which is how it is. There's always going to be a percentage of people on the apps in the marketplace that think that you're selling the item and they don't have an item for sale, or their intent when they didn't respond was to respond with the intent we wanted it to. These people I just ignore. Wait, hold on now. I had one of my partners that was telling me about this phone yesterday. This is an iPhone XX Max 256 gigabyte and it's unlocked. You guys want to hear something funny? So that's this. So you guys see, it's the same stuff that you know. I know you guys like seeing this stuff, but it's the same stuff, right? This guy wants to do trades, right? So some people play games. But that's that. This is iPhone, right. We talk, has anyone here ever heard me mention that it might be a good idea to diversify? This gets posted in the marketplace under the electronics section. Anyone here that hasn't watched the videos in the back office, since I updated them, we now post in the cell phone section and in the electronical section, 1 ad a day in each section, okay? This is something new I just started doing about 3 months ago. This is in the electronics section. Look at this. So the electronics section, I'm posting ads for watches and tablets, and I should be doing it for laptops too. I'm just so busy. But if it was ever slow, you best believe I'm posting for MacBooks, tablets, and then I'm posting for cell phones in the electronical section. All right, I buy AirPods. Ooh, I should have some watches here. And you guys see, these are all still stuck. These are beautiful. I buy Apple Watches. I have an Apple Watch Series 1. Screen is cracked, works perfectly. How much? I have an Apple Watch Series 4, 44mm for sale. Comes with charger and 4 bands. So again, you see that not only do these ads are sticking, you see that the leads are legit. So I want everyone here to go out there and put up a bunch of fucking ads so you can get a bunch of fucking leads, so you can send out a bunch of fucking offers, so you can pick up a bunch of items and make yourself a bunch of fucking money. So that's that. You guys, of course, guys, I don't want you guys to reinvent the wheel. I want you guys to steal what's working. Go to the back office. All these pictures, I think except the one on my phone, but 99% of these pictures in your back office. Go use them. Go steal them. Steal the titles. Watch the replay. Steal the titles. Steal them. I want you guys to just steal what I'm doing. I know works for a fact. We got like 40 people at Next Level that flip full time now. This stuff works for a fact. Just copy the blueprint that you have and go out there and make this work. You don't need anything else to succeed. We've been told in society that we're not enough. You have everything you need in Next Level, or if you're in VIP, Miss Deb. Hi, Miss Deb. You have everything you need, VIP or not. You have everything you need inside here to make $100,000 a year in profit. You just got to do the work, take actions, make sure you're going through training. All right, that's that. So we went a little bit longer. We went about 22 minutes later, but that's okay. I care about you guys. I want you guys to succeed. You guys know I don't have to go longer, but I wanted to ask the questions. You guys wanted to see the ads. You wanted to see the stuff. So you guys know I'm happy hanging out with you guys a little bit longer, if we need to try, sometimes I don't answer everything, but if I need to hang out, to answer a few other people's questions and provide some value, usually I have no problem doing that because I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to make money. There's no other business out there, guys, that you can make money as quickly as this business. There's other businesses, yes, you get into real estate, you could be making $10 million a year in real estate. But if you're going to flip a home, you might have to take out a loan. You might spend 3-6 months rehabbing it. You might have to, get contractors. It's kind of the bigger process. There's no business like this business where you can get started, get stuff moving, and start making $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a week in profit real quick, working part-time hours, starting with little money. Because you buy some shit, buy some stuff, you go list it, you flip it, and then you keep flipping it. I got to thank you from Nathan. Thanks, Arthur. Thanks. Appreciate you guys saying something. Thanks for saying something, guys. Well, guys, you guys have a great day. Go out there, kick some butt, make some money, and stay with this. Stay with this. It's only once you give yourself to this business fully that the business will reward you in return. And when it rewards you guys, the business gets really, really easy. You got to keep pushing, though. You got to keep grinding it out. You got to go through usually a fair amount of pain. For sometimes it's very stressful and sometimes very painful. For sometimes months and months and months, sometimes a year or so. But once you got everything dialed in, I'm telling you guys, you'll have people blowing you up. You'll be like, there's times now where it's like, damn, do I really want to drive 10 minutes to go pick up a phone I'm going to make $75 in? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. You guys have a great day. Go kick some butt. Good seeing all you guys as always. Bye for now.